Thank you. So sweet. Your energy is contagious, Bhargavi is saying. Thank you, Bhargavi. So excited to join the Sisterverse. Some of you are asking, can you explain the Sisterverse? Sisterverse is this concept that has arisen from the feedback that we get constantly that, Puja, what to do after we finish your course. When we are in your course, our energy is so high, life feels so sorted, we don't tend to react, we become emotionally strong. But a couple of months after your course and we are back to our reality, we are back to square one. Even if not square one, the energy falls. Is there no way we can keep in touch? Honestly speaking, Insta Live as a concept was started with this feedback, but I'm feeling like my tribe wants more from me. So we've started what we're calling the Sisterverse. Sisterverse is to keep you in continuous self-growth of some kind or the other. So for all of you here who are interested in going on a 1-year journey with me, my suggestion to you would be come for my masterclass. Whenever next it's happening, the link will be in the bio as well as we'll share it in the story. Come join. It's a paid program for 1 full month called Awakening. Come join the Awakening program. From there, automatically, we will share with you how you can come into the Sisterverse. Sisterverse is just my way of giving back to all my loyal sisters who've been with me on this journey for so many years. Okay, so that's pretty much what Sisterverse is. Coach Kakli saying earrings are from, yes, earrings are from Bling Bag. Actually, Harvey sent me this set of 5 earrings, one prettier than the other, which I tend to use for my Instagram all the time. So thank you, Harvey. And for those of you who are not following Bling Bag, highly recommend. What fabulous pieces of jewelry they create. Simply stunning. Alright, for those of you who've landed up joining Sisterverse, massive welcome. While we are going to be experimenting with Sisterverse the next 6 months, the real Sisterverse journey starts on the 1st of January. So somehow get into my tribe by the 1st of January, before the 1st of January, because can I tell you, magic is going to happen after the 1st, okay? Alright, let me go a little bit on the top and see what's happening there. Saubana, hello, thank you. I feel so blessed when I see you. You know, you people put such cute, sweet, lovely things. I love it. So many of you could recognize the songs from different movies. Some of you ask, why do you always play mashup? Do you know that if I play a full song, it gets copyrighted? So I don't know what the rules around music is, but that's one of the reasons why I play mashup is I need the song to switch before it gets recognized, because you play it for a longer period than a certain time, then you actually are infringing copyright rules or something like that. Whoever knows about it can write more about it in the chat box. I don't know enough, but I know it's something like that. I've been watching your Time Goddess videos. Fabulous. I hope you've been enjoying it. It was something that I created with a lot of passion. I am super passionate about the topic of productivity and how to postpone procrastination, and how to make sure that, you get every possible minute that you have in your life, you manage it in a way that you are proud of it. Whether it is rest or it is productive doesn't matter, but it's a choice that you should be ideally making. Hi ma'am, I finally paid for the enlightenment course now and I'm a part of it. I'm so excited. For all of you here who are waiting with tenterhooks for enlightenment to start in the last week of July, I am also super excited about it, but you know what a lovely bonus I have thrown in for those of you who are in waiting. So I made your wait definitely worth the time, right? Namrata Lodya is asking, what was the toughest thing to do when you started your life coaching? Namrata, I don't know if there was any one tough thing to do. I think there were many. The number one, of course, is how to get clients. I think that's where a lot of us get stuck, like how to get clients. I ran my business a lot through word of mouth. So continuously going on, speaking in different forums, sending out emailers, writing a blog every week. I had so many different ways of how I'm going to attract clients into my life, doing various free challenges. So that was one. How to get clients. I think another challenge was that nobody at that point back in 2010 knew what this life coaching stuff is. So I think struggling with explaining to people the importance of it, and that like your Masi Chachi Dadi can guide you, but an objective view, a professional view, a way of us knowing how to guide you so that the decisions are yours and therefore the responsibility is yours, is a very important aspect of guiding anyone. So I feel like that was a difficult portion, that how to get people to understand what this life coaching stuff is. I feel like my tribe still struggles with it. Another 2-3 years I have a feeling everyone will understand, but till then we may need to have proper explanations to, what exactly are you going to achieve when you join a life coach. I think that's very important to have an understanding of. Toughest thing when I started life coaching, I think another thing was just calling myself a life coach. You see, when we start out, we've just done some course and we've started to become a life coach. Our own lives is not perfect. So what happens is you tend to feel like an imposter. You tend to feel like, who the hell am I to help anybody when I can barely help myself? I'm not still earning fully. So I think that imposter syndrome takes a little while to outgrow. One of the things I used to tell myself is, Puja, nobody needs any certification to love and to help. And that's what you do. You love and you help. Okay, if your perspective suits them, they take it. If your perspective doesn't suit them, help them find their own perspective. It's not the perspective, the knowledge, the insight, the wisdom that you are selling. You are selling love and the ability to hold space for people as they go on a journey. I always say, I'm not God that I'll help you. I'm the angel that will assist you to find your answers. So I feel like a lot of storytelling I've had to do with myself to be able to get out of that who the hell am I to help anyone. And I think especially in the beginning, a lot of us coaches feel that way. I think another one would be discipline to show up every day, discipline to dress up like a coach every day, discipline to be at work every day, discipline when even 2 people show up, you must deliver, and that the people who come are more important than the people who haven't come, because in the beginning you don't have too many people to help. So I think all of these, I hope something out of this helps you, darling. Rupali saying, my pet animal died today. I feel like I couldn't take care of it even if I tried to give my best. How should I deal with this feeling of guilt? Rupali, I think the answer is within your question, my sweetheart, because the minute you say, even if I tried to give it my best, remember, none of us can give more than our best. So when you have done your best, you have to become comfortable with this thought and idea that that's the maximum I could do. I remember I had a pet animal called Audi, and we had gone to Thailand, and while I had left him behind, he had eaten up rat poison from the garden. And I had promised God that if he recovers from it, I'll be extra careful, extra nice, extra, I don't know, so many things. And by the grace of God, he recovered, and my value for my doggy, who I didn't want actually when he came, became 10 times more. So I feel like, and after that, I had a new conversation with myself that I'll do to the extent that I can. And I think that's pretty much, Rupali, what you've done. You've done all that you could. Maybe beyond this you were not capable, so expecting more from yourself is just being unfair on yourself. Okay, one of the things I believe is that pets come into our life to teach us soul connection. So treat all of your relationship with your pet as a growth that happened for you to be able to love more, to be able to give more, to be able to be a better human being, rather than treating it like guilt or regret or anger or sadness or upset. Instead of taking it as a negative emotion, see if you can use it as a healing journey for yourself. That, you know what, when he was around, I was a better human being. When he was around, I learned this, I learned that. Treat him like a mentor, like a teacher, because every pet teaches us something. Please pardon my cold. I have been fine actually for a month now since I came back from my Thailand retreat, and today I got hit by my cold attack. So I think I'm slightly under the weather. Nothing to worry as such, but I have been feeling. So in case I close by 4:45, do not mind, because of this cold. It's just annoying, nothing else. Yeah. Sparkling Soul Heals. Ma'am, please answer. My mother-in-law always tries to create fight between me and my husband. I've talked about this with my husband, but he never understands what to do, ma'am. I think, you know what, I think the most important thing is, instead of trying to talk to your husband about her creating fight, start talking about the fact that you ask your husband for advice. Men love giving solutions. If you want a man to come onto your side, ask him for advice. So tell him, you know what, I see mom doing this and I don't want to be reactive. Tell me, if you were me, how would you handle her? Because you are the expert at handling her. You've known her for all your life. I have only known her for these many years. And start to get him on your side, so that you know what, his mind opens up, that you have nothing against her. It is just what she does that annoys you. So see if you can go up to him today and go, you know what, I want to get this right with your mother-in-law, with my mother-in-law, because if she matters to you, she matters to me, because you matter to me. And so you tell me what I should do, and for some time really try your best to follow what he has to say, because remember, he is the child. And when we split our man to choose between the mother and the wife, I think that's the worst thing we can do to the person we love most. So my suggestion to you is that see if you can start to become his support to handle the mother, rather than the two people where he's fed up and he goes, you know what, neither is going to listen to me, so you do what you like amongst yourself. Instead of taking him to that level, my suggestion is that you go take him to a place where he starts to feel like, मैं तो आपकी हूं ना, आप मुझे बोलो ना क्या करवाना है, so that you become one. Okay, and that's what I always tell every client that comes to me. You are the wife, you own the bedroom, he's with you more hours than he is with anyone else. So it's your job to make him yours first. For that, you have to give him that comfort that I'm willing to follow. And can I tell you something very beautiful? It's not that your mother-in-law will stop being unfair. Even if she continues to being unfair, when he's asked you to do something and she's unfair, he thinks it's his responsibility to compensate to you. If he sees you and her equal, he doesn't need to compensate either. Okay? So see if you can start to use all of these nuances. It'll actually help your whole family dynamics, the relationship with you and your husband. And who knows, at some point even the mother-in-law might start to transform. Can never say. Third pen artist Payal Sheth. You have such a fabulous team of support angels. Thank you, Payal. I really appreciate that. You truly are right in saying this, because I honestly believe that the kind of big sisters, the kind of team, the kind of people coming into my tribe, I'm literally attracting soul family. So with you on that. Nidhi Gupta, hi ma'am. After becoming a new mom, I couldn't connect to myself. In fact, I don't get time. I live abroad and no support system. Please advise ma'am, what can I do, as I'm very ambitious and I love working on self-growth. Nidhi, I believe that self-growth is one of those things that you can have switched on even while you're cooking. You can have switched on even while you're doing laundry. You know, these days we have so many videos on YouTube, so many courses that we can do, that self-growth really doesn't need you to sit down and concentrate. It can be something that's running in the background. Like, I know so many years of my life I have, you know, even while I'm walking, I'm listening to something, and, you know, people ask me, from where do you get all of this knowledge? I'm like, I'm continuously ingesting so much of that positivity. So I don't think that you need to really have time as such for you to be able to build on your self-growth. Having said that, my suggestion to you would be kind to yourself. What do I mean when I say this? When you are a new mom and you live abroad, you're pretty much working round the clock. It's a 24-hour job, if I may say so. Between running the house and running and handling your baby, that's what it is. So just be a little kind. If there are days when there is unfolded clothes in the laundry basket, or if there are dishes in the sink, or you feel like just ordering in because you have absolutely no energy to cook, just promise me one thing, sweetheart, you'll be kind to yourself. Otherwise, it just doesn't end, and we are so harsh. We'll do 15 things, and then the 2 that will get left will keep annoying us. Ki, you know, I'm not capable, I can't manage, I'm not able to cope. No, you're fully able to do everything. It is just you're not kind enough. Looking so forward to the Life by Design methodology coaching certification starting tomorrow. Yes, for every single one of you here, the last time ever I am running my own coaching certification program where you get to be a coach in my methodology. If anyone here is interested, it's an extremely expensive course. It's in lakhs. But if it is something that interests you and you'd like to attend it, it's 3 months long, then just call up Gunjan, the number under this video, and speak to her, because it starts tomorrow and after this it doesn't happen. So if you want to go on a 3-month journey with me and you'd like to know more details, and you want to become a coach, and you want to become financially independent, and you want to create an identity, and you want to help the world, and you feel like, you know what, this is really what I'm meant for, Aja Meri Jaan. This is just throwing it out that agar koi by chance idhar hai who would love to, I don't want you to miss the opportunity. I am positive. Hi Puja, I'm feeling emotionally very low since a month now, especially feelings of grief, failure, inadequacy. Could you please suggest some tips to come out of it? I am positive. Firstly, I love your name, and then I love what your question is. Okay, because I am positive is asking that I'm feeling emotionally very low. Perfectly fine, because it happens, my darling. The world right now is in grief, failure and inadequacy. Nothing you are feeling that the world doesn't feel. Having said that, you're already working on it, but you're not noticing it. The fact that you are here watching this Insta live, tell me, will take your energy up or not? Which means you're already doing things that are taking your energy up, but you, instead of focusing on the growth of where you are headed, your focus is on the dips of your life. My suggestion is just every single day do gratitude. Gratitude changes everything. In the beginning, you can act as if, that means fake it as you make it, or whichever sentence you like, that, you know what, just start writing. I'm grateful for the sunlight, I'm grateful for oxygen, I'm grateful for my babies, I'm grateful for my spouse, I'm grateful for the house, I'm grateful for the pillow, I'm grateful for the fan, I'm grateful for the AC. Whatever is coming to you, keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, till the time you reach a place where you start to really remember, we can either be negative or in gratitude. We can never be in both. If you're a negative person, you are not in gratitude, no matter how much you think you are. And if you are grateful, you cannot be negative. So only one of these energies can exist in your body. Shift your energy to becoming grateful, Meri Jaan. If of all the things I teach, I could only, God came down and said, Puja, just one thing that you would like the world to experience more of, I would just say, the dose of gratitude to be put in every single person, to the extent that, you know what, they don't get negative. And I'm telling you, this one magic pill can transform everything. Nothing in your life needs to shift, just your energy, and your whole life and your perspective towards life changes forever. Anita Gupta, what is your views on rapid transformation therapy, the RTT by Marissa Peers? I'm a huge fan of Marissa Peers. I don't know what she covers exactly in RTT. I know that she has the power and the magic to transform someone's life in one session. And I think that's pretty much what she teaches, which is why I think it's called Rapid. But that woman knows what she's doing, and I think she's absolutely brilliant. She understands power of words, vocabulary, law of attraction to another level altogether. When she talks, I listen. So if you're doing any sort of courses under Marissa Peers, or if you're watching her videos, I think she's mind-blowing. Sasi Priya, how to be authentic self with my own vibration when a few people around are not genuinely happy for that? Such a lovely question, actually. Good point. You know what? Honestly, I don't know if I want to be my authentic self with people where I need protection. So being vulnerable or being authentic is a gift that the opposite person needs to earn if they want to receive that level of connectedness from us. When we actually become vulnerable or authentic in front of people who don't deserve our authenticity, we will feel extreme shame after sharing ourselves with them. And that shame, that judgment will actually make our walls of protection go higher than what it is before. So I don't recommend being authentic or being vulnerable with people who don't deserve it. I think we have to know who and what we can do with which people in our life. Okay, like just the way we don't kiss everyone, right? Who do we kiss? The people we love. We don't make love to everyone, right? We make love to the person that we are with, right? So you don't want to do everything with everyone. I think there is definitely an intelligence that needs to be used on how much vulnerability and how much authenticity should someone experience from me. And to a large extent, it depends on trust. If you trust the person, keep checking the level of trust, keep going deeper. When they break your trust, move back. Apology accepted, trust denied. Okay, so yeah, you don't give them then that because they didn't earn it. So, and it's a journey you take with people, not a one-time thing. It's not that if you trust, you have to trust forever, or if you don't trust, you can't ever trust again. It doesn't work like that. It's a back and forth. It's a dance on that beautiful line where you go back and forth to see and check, are they trustworthy? How much can I trust? What can I do? And if they keep the trust, how much more deeper can I go? So I wouldn't recommend for you to be authentic with the people who are not genuinely happy for you. It will put you in a lot of discomfort, and you know what? It's not worth it. I don't share my goals with everyone. I don't share my life's details with everyone because I know some people will think of it as show off. Some people will think of it, they will judge me. Some people will think of कि अपने आप को क्या समझती है. Some people will think of it as, you know, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है. So, you know what? I don't want to share it. I want to really share it with the people who genuinely are going to be excited for me. Poonam Pal, how can I push myself to achieve my goals as it's really tough to do something for yourself? Poonam Pal, just join Sisterverse, just join Awakening and allow me to go on a 1-year journey with you where I and my big sisters and my tribe, you know, there's a direct impact on where you are. There's a whole rice experiment done. There's a water experiment. There are so many different experiments. There was an experiment done where they put 2 sheep, okay, in cages. One sheep could see the wolf and one sheep couldn't see the wolf, and they fed the same food. They did everything the same, just that one sheep can see the wolf, one sheep can't see the wolf. And the sheep that couldn't see the wolf thrived, and the sheep that every day could see the wolf actually started to die even though the conditions were the same. Okay, so your environment, your external environment, your reality is having a direct impact on your stress, on your emotions, on your negativity, on everything that you're experiencing. I am just saying, if you have wolves in your environment, make sure that you also have angels in your environment that can cut the energy of that wolf. So where are your angels? Are you creating your village or not? Esther Perel says this so beautifully. She says, today we expect from a man what a village used to give us. So whenever a woman comes to me suffering with relationships, with in-laws, with husband, with anything, I'm like, where's your village? Who are those people you go to when you are in suffering? And you don't have those people, allow me to gift you those people. Okay? Oh, thank you. Let me go right to the bottom. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so nice. I live in Sierra Leone. I stay in the capital city of Freetown. Oh, how nice to have someone so international. How lovely. What's up, Wamina saying, watching you strengthens my belief in the possibilities. Your growth inspires the entire community. More power to you. Thank you, my Jan. Lighted Mind is saying, I'm struggling with taking action. My head feels heavy and I get quickly distracted. How do I stay focused and take action? Lighted Mind, I have so many things I can add to what you're saying. I think the most important thing to begin with is for you to write out your life's intentions, where it is you'd like to go. Then I'd love for you to write out why. Why do these things matter to you? Then I'd love for you to create a strong morning routine. Okay, so in the morning, what are those 1, 2 or 3 things that you can do to kind of build your willpower towards a beautiful day? Then if every day you can identify your frog, what are you going to do for sure today? And try to do it before lunch. So before noon, actually, don't carry your frog for the whole day. If there's something that you're resisting doing and you carry it till the evening, remember, by the evening, our energy is gone. You cannot do the toughest thing with the lowest energy. So try your level best. For me, if it doesn't get done by 8:30 in the morning, I know I'm not going to get it done that day. Then it has to move to the next day, right? So that's something you need to start to do. So why am I sharing all of this with you? In the beginning, your head will feel heavy because you are not used to taming your animal. Your animal is your thoughts, your mind, your feelings, all of that is running wild. Imagine you have a wild horse and you have to tame it. What is it going to take in the beginning for you to get onto it? A lot, right? There's going to be a lot of back and forth, and by the end of that 1 hour, you're going to be exhausted. You'll have a headache. You'll be feeling everything, right? But you go back the next day and you go back the next day and you go back the next day, and by the 4th, 5th day, this horse is listening to you now. This horse has come into control, and the more your horse comes into your control, which I'm talking about is your thoughts, feelings, actions, the more your horse comes into your control, the stronger your life starts to become. From there on, it's an upward journey. You start to do small things. You get onto the horse. You feel so strong. You tell the horse to run and you run with it. It feels so good. You tell the horse to gallop. Then it feels so good. You tell the horse to take a, jump. That feels so good. And with every success, your confidence is getting greater and greater and greater. Right now where you are, my darling, maybe you don't have confidence, right? Because things haven't worked out your way, or you are just not able to. You have to start to take small risks and accomplish them. Every day, make a tick mark book where you go, I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, I smiled at my family, I woke up my son, I went into the kitchen and cooked some good meal. I want you to start to every single day acknowledge those small things, so that you can start to build your confidence from scratch and go into a position where you start to feel like, wow, I'm really becoming the woman I am proud to be. Yeah? Okay. Shirley Tuteja, sold my solitaire ring to pay for coaching certification that is starting tomorrow. Hope it's all worth it. Truly inspired from you. You know what, Shirley, when I get messages like this, I don't get nervous at all. And I'll tell you why. One, because you may already know, I sold my solitaire ring to go to study to America. So you're pretty much living my journey. And what I know for sure is that when we make sacrifices in the materialistic world, we get rewarded in the spiritual world. What do I mean when I say this? Whenever you will give up something in the materialistic world, whether it is non-veg, whether it is alcohol, whether it is sugar, whether it is fried food, whether it is your sleep, whether it is, people give up all kinds of things. Especially, you'll see every religion will have a portion in it where you're expected to, whether it's Navratri or Ramzan or Lent, The more you give up in the materialistic world, the more it comes back to us in the spiritual world. So I have no concern at all, because I believe the harder or the bigger the thing that you give up in the materialistic world, who you will become surely because of this, how you will receive my course, the energy will be completely different versus someone for who 15 lakhs were lying in her bank account and she took out a few lakhs and gave it to me. For you, the amount this will mean, I used to say, because I was Jack Canfield's student who every time had to fly 27 hours to reach all the different cities in which he was doing Train the Trainer. My dedication, my commitment, my desire for success, leaving my 3-year-old and 6-year-old were so great that there was no option. I didn't have an option to fail. And you know what? When you don't have an option to fail, the way you do the course, the way you do things is completely different. So for each one of you here who's taken big sacrifices to be able to join me, I just want to salute you, and I want you to know you only remind me of the younger Puja that I was, where I literally have done crazy things. Like, I remember, because I wanted to go on the cheapest ticket to America because money was only that much, I would fly 30 hours with 8 hours of layovers in different cities, and sit right at the back in the aeroplane. And I'm married into a very wealthy family. I could have easily flown business class and all, but I was like, you know what, no, I want to do this the right way. I want to do it in the manner that I feel proud of me. Of course, I know Puneet can pitch in, but I didn't want him to pitch in. You know why I didn't want him to pitch in? Because I did not want him to question me. Because the minute I take more from him, then he'll be like, why are you not doing this? Why are you doing this? I didn't want to be questioned. My dedication, my commitment was mine to prove to me. And I think for a lot of you here, maybe that's one of the reasons why you don't want it from anyone else. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to take. Of course, I took combination. Some I used and some I took. If he offered generously something extra, I happily took it. But having said that, I tried to make sure that all decisions of my journey remain mine, because I didn't want it to become a control center even on the journey that I'm on, Artsy by Shubhamgi. Really good things are happening for me and my husband these days. Some people are not happy seeing our success, so how to stop the evil eye? Shubhamgi, this is something I speak very often, that the evil eye stops by itself as you outgrow it. Okay, so we are all like lobsters. Lobsters every 3 months lose their shell. And for about a day or two in the ocean, they are shell-less, which means they are highly vulnerable to all the predators who can easily come and eat them up. So it's their job to be slightly silent, slightly hidden, slightly, play smaller for those 2-3 days till they find the new shell, get into that, and now they are safe again. Okay, so every time you move from one energy level to another energy center, which means your success is taking you forward, my only suggestion is go through the process of catching the nazar. One style of not getting the flu is that you wear the mask all the time. You don't meet anybody. You do every single day orange juice and steam and this and that. And I can give you a million ways of how to protect yourself from nazar, right? You can wear the black thread. You can wear the evil eye. You can do mirchi varna. There are so many. You can do pumpkin on the road. You can do nimbu. You can do kapoor. There are a million ways of how you can protect yourself. My suggestion is, instead of trying to protect yourself, catch the nazar. Don't be scared of catching the nazar. The first time Shah Rukh Khan must have come on the cover of Cineblitz, कितना नजर लिया होगा? अब किसी को फर्क भी पड़ता है? He's on the cover of any magazine. It is his new normal. So till your success becomes your new normal, you are going to stay in a vulnerable period जहाँ पे नजर लगेगी. जब लगेगी ना, हम नहीं बोलते कभी-कभी when a vase breaks or a glass breaks कि अच्छा हुआ negativity गई. When a pet animal dies, negativity gets absorbed of the house. Anything goes wrong, negativity gets absorbed and it goes. Just treat it like that. Okay, don't worry, nazar is not capable of making anything fatal. Okay, fatal things don't happen in nazar, only a hiccup. Nazar's level of nazar that we catch is a hiccup level. That means some obstacle will come, some delay will come, but it's not going to get you off track. So catch the nazar, face it. In 2015, I used to every week put a blog. And a lot of my blogs used to be about my discussion on all the good things that I was doing with my spouse at that time and how I was improving my relationship and how amazing Puneet is and how amazing we are together. And every Wednesday night, which was our date night, like how it is today, we would fight. And my mom very sweetly would say, Pooja, तू ऐसी चीजें लिखेगी तो fight तो होगी ना? And I said, हाँ मम्मी होगी, but कब तक होगी? You know, कभी तो ये normal हो जाएगा. अंबानी को तो नजर नहीं लगती, या लगती भी है तो हमें तो नहीं पता चलता, because you know what, that's his normal. So I want that to become my normal. I want the world to just accept the normal that me and Puneet are in a beautiful relationship, and whatever it takes for me to reach there, after a while nazar nahi lagti. So see how you can use what I'm telling you and start to outgrow it, meri jaan. Because hum jab tak nazar se darte rahenge na, every time nazar will come, what we'll do is we'll start to play small. Start to get a little silent. Yes, I do try that I don't speak about my successes to everyone. If I want to protect myself from nazar, I'm choosy about who I'm sharing the good news with. Just become a little choosy about who you're sharing the good news with, or just wait for the good news to turn permanent before you share it. Sometimes we share it a little early, then when nazar lagti hai, to we feel very bad. So just wait for the good news to become permanent till you share it. So you can have a few of these kind of rules, but otherwise don't be scared of it, meri jaan. नजर, I mean, सक्सेस का टैक्स इज नजर. ठीक है, तो अगर सक्सेस का टैक्स पे करना है तो पे करते करते हम सुपर सक्सेसफुल होते जाएंगे. ओके, ऑलराइट. आई एक्चुअली ब्रॉट कार्ड्स. डू यू वांट टू डू कार्ड्स? आज का डिवाइन मैसेज क्या है? आज का डिवाइन मैसेज है पैम्पर. एवरी डे डू एटलीस्ट वन थिंग दैट यू ट्रूली लव विच ब्रिंग्स यू जॉय. Revel in what you are doing, even if you can spare only a few minutes for it. This will benefit your mental health. Okay, so every day do at least one thing that you truly love which brings you joy. I think pamper is such a beautiful word. We don't do enough of it. We are so harsh on ourselves. We don't think we are worthy, or we sometimes think we need to deserve it. No, on this journey, I want you to build pampering as a part of the process rather than as a part of the reward. Let me repeat that sentence. I want you to build pampering as a part of the process rather than building it as a reward. So see how you're going to use pampering in your life. I'll anyway share this in my stories. Let's go right to the bottom to see what all is happening here. Oh, so sweet. How to love myself. Beena Adhikari, I believe in my heart that true love comes from, actually, you know what? The highest form of self-love is discipline. When you start to actually tell yourself that what I want most is more important than what I want now. Okay, so I feel like if somebody really wants to fall in love with themselves, they need to start to build a trust between their conscious mind and their subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is the size of an elephant. Our conscious mind is the size of an ant. But the ant controls the elephant. How? Whatever it says, if it actually does, the elephant starts to get tamed. Okay? So if the ant says, I'm going to wake up at 6 tomorrow, and it actually wakes up, within 21 days, the elephant itself will start to wake up the ant. The ant no longer needs to do anything. We'll go into default mode. So the job of the ant is just to speak the truth and then keep it and mean it and do it and commit to it, okay? So the more in your life, if you want to really grow in self-love, I'm not talking about the self-love which is about going and cutting your hair or going to the salon or going for massages or looking after yourself or going shopping or being with friends. That's one level of self-love. But I'm talking about the deepest level of self-love actually comes from the highest level of discipline. That when you start to focus on what you want most is more important than what you want now, and you start to prioritize the most over the now, most over the now, most over the now. And how do you do that? By remaining honest and truthful to your own self. The day keeping your own promise to yourself becomes more important than everything else, that day onwards you can be guaranteed you're going on a much deeper journey of self-love. Okay? Where can I get these cards? Are there any link? All of these spiritual cards are available online. I'm sure many are available on Amazon. My favorite is a pack of cards called Inner Peace by Wayne Dyer. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to find them anywhere. If anybody finds them, please send me the link also. It's called Inner Peace by Wayne Dyer. These are the ones I just picked up from, I think, Dubai, I think, from one of the the stationery shop looking places. It's Jane Struther's Attracting Abundance cards. So this is what it looks like. Jane Struther's Attracting Abundance. You're more than welcome to order them, Meri Jaan. I am pampering myself with your certification course. That's lovely. How do you bring drive and values in the 15-year-old guy? Nature Nut 2020, the way our world is built right now, we are actually depriving our children of drive and values rather than building it by becoming lecturers of this conversation. So my suggestion to you would be, if you truly want to build drive and values, come from a place of love for your child rather than from a place of fear. When we keep saying, oh my God, my child won't, if he doesn't do this, then this won't happen. If he doesn't do this, this won't happen. One of the things I told myself was, my children have no special potential. You know how every mother will say, my children have very special potential. When you say things like, my children have very special potential, you start to put a pressure onto them. Remember, 90% of the world is living a regular life. So why should every mother put this pressure on their child in the first place? So first, get out of that thought that your children are extra special. If they can just be happy in life, I think that in itself is a huge gift you can give them. That's one. Secondly, the value system that you have, they will eventually come back to. So whatever they see in the house is who they will become eventually. You want good values brought into them, all you need to do is be a role model. Be a role model. They may go out of the way to come back into the way. I'll give you a rough example. So I am not very religious as a person. Having said that, I have my routines and rituals that I love doing. Every Tuesday, I love going to the temple. I love doing the agarbatti. But I'm not religious at all. I'm a very spiritual person. These are just things that I enjoy doing. So I never taught my children anything about religion when they were growing up, because I said, you know what? I want them to discover it for themselves. Today, my children choose to be vegetarian on Tuesdays. One is reading the Mahabharata in detail. They are now at 20 and 23. They are now finding the good things about different religions, and they share all of these conversations with me, which I find very interesting. Imagine if at 13, 14, 15, I would have forced them to, do things. I don't know if today they would like to. Anything that we force our children, eventually they start to reject that. Anything where we feel, for me, the most important point of parenting is come from a place of knowingness that just the way God is there for you, God is there for your child. And when you truly in your heart believe that God is going to guide them, I always used to say that, some children will blossom early in life and be the trophies that every parent wants. And some children will blossom at their own sweet time. And at that time, we will celebrate them instead of their parents only. So if you are looking for your own self-esteem to go up because you want your child to do well in school, well in sports, well in whatever, and you want to take that pride and make it yours, my suggestion is you make yourself amazing. I don't need my children to be extraordinary because I will live a life of extraordinary myself. If my children come out to be extraordinary, good for them. And if they do not, that's also okay. And I feel like the day we accept that and then we operate in the energy of giving them the platform to be extraordinary and they choose to do what they want to, it's a far more meaningful relationship. I don't know out of this what you've understood. I don't know what all I've said, which can be controversial also. But this is just the way I parent. So I'm just sharing with you. I don't have any degree or certification in parenting. I'm just a big believer that when you believe in your children, they will turn out to be exactly how you would like them to be eventually. The key word here would be keep your patience. I'm a big believer of this quotation I had heard on parenting, which really touched my heart, which was, when you abuse your children, or when you put fear in your children, or when you speak to your children in a derogatory manner, it is not that they don't believe you, it is that they stop believing in themselves. And I think the best gift a parent can give to their child is to believe in your child, is to give them that hope and that trust that, you know what, don't worry, teri naiya paar lag ho jayegi, that kind of. I mean, I know my parents have done that for me from a very young age. I can never remember my parents not encouraging me. Whether I brought an A, B or C from school, or no matter what I did, it was the smallest poem I wrote or a painting I did, or I managed to do cycling, they would celebrate me. And it was so lovely. And I'm not someone who feels like you should feed your child's ego, but you should definitely be your child's biggest cheerleader. I feel that really helps. So see how you can use all of what I've spoken. Take what you like, leave what you don't. Everybody has a different style of parenting, and you know what? No matter how good parents we think we are, there is still, our children will still have to recover from the trauma of whatever we'll end up doing wrong. We all as parents are trying our best, but it's not necessary that we'll do our best, right? So drive, I think just pray to God. So my prayer to God is, God, everything else I'll give them, drive you give them, okay? And value system, the culture of your house, the culture of you and your spouse, the culture of what you have set in the space that you live in will automatically at some point become theirs. So many times you'll see yourself saying the exact sentences your grandmother or mother had said to you. Things that you had forgotten but you had heard as a child, but you will be repeating them as and when you need them, because guess what? They go and live somewhere inside of us, okay? So see how you can use all of this. All right, it's 4:46. Let me take one more question and then I'm going to start to close. How to get into the coaching certification program? All you need to do is, when I share this video, I will share Gunjan's phone number. Rather, you can write it down if you want right now. It is 7823988142. Let me repeat that for you. 7823988142. So anybody who wants to get into coaching certification, just that you will have to do it right away. Okay. Love you too, Rats, Sani, Rach. Love you, my sweetest sister. Okay, let's go right to the bottom. The loyal licks. I cheated on my boyfriend in spite of loving him. Don't know, should I tell him or no? And also, does that mean I don't love him? Because I don't know, why did I cheat? Why today am I getting positive person to ask negative question, loyal licks to ask cheating questions? So today the names of the person and the thing is just the absolute opposite. Okay. On that note, I'll tell you something, my sweetheart. When we get into a relationship, there's a part of us that loves the 80% we are getting from that person, but there's a 20% that's missing. And when someone shows up with that 20, we leave this 80 and go off to that 20. When we go off to the 20, we realize this 20 was not half as important as the 80 that we had. And then we return back realizing that that 20 is not what we want, this 80 is what we want, okay? So when people ask me, should I go and tell him? You know why you need to tell him? So that you can get the pressure of having to be honest or having to be open off your chest. My suggestion is, if you truly love him, don't burden him with this reality if you are planning to be with him, okay? You have to carry your own burden because it is your own mistake. So my suggestion is, just carry your own burden. If you've had the realization that you actually love him, don't do this in the future. Remember, these 20% are just distractions that are going to keep coming. There will always be something in your boyfriend that is missing that you can get from outside by some shiny object. But whenever you will go to that shiny object, you will realize that, you know what, actually what I have is gold. is Kohinoor. And if sometimes when we don't value what we have, God takes us on a journey to make us value what we have. And if you have come back, they say, सुबह का भूला अगर रात को आ जाए तो उसको भूला नहीं कहते. Some dialogue like that. See if you can use that in your life, Meri Jaan. Cheating today, the world we live in, they are saying that anything between 53% to 87% couples in the world right now have at least one partner that is either cheating or has cheated. So cheating has become a new norm, a new normal. And I feel like we really have to start to educate people on understanding what causes cheating, what is the purpose behind cheating, why we cheat, how is the other person supposed to respond if you get caught, how are you supposed to respond if you get caught, how are you supposed to resist all of the temptations that have come. You know, when Facebook came in, I remember at one point I used to just call it, it's your way of being able to stay with your ex with permission. It was literally the, you know, like most people that went on Facebook first went searching for, hey, where's that guy I used to like in 8th grade? Where's that guy I used to date in 12th grade? Where's that, you know, and a lot of that suddenly happened. Today, because of mobile phones, cheating has become so easy. And so if you don't have your own code of honor, if you don't have your own character in place, if you don't have your own standard, you are going to get very easily lured. So I think we have to move into a space where we stop judging people for cheating and we start helping and training people on how not to be a cheater and how to handle your partner when they turn out to be cheaters. Instead of shaming them, instead of putting them down, instead of making them feel horrible, if they are in regret mode, if they are feeling like they went for the 20 while they knew they had the 80, it has to be a different, very different conversation. And I hope at some point in the Sisterverse, I educate my entire tribe on really understanding when we cheat, what's happening within our body and what is it we are desiring and what is our wants that are not being fulfilled. And if your partner cheats, how I would like, what is the most mature way to respond to that? I think if I can get a part of my Sisterverse to learn, a part of my course to cover this learning, I feel like I'll be doing a great service, because too many people right now are either being cheated and they don't know whether to forgive or to move on or what they should be doing. And too many people are cheating and then living with a lot of guilt and a lot of regret and not knowing now how do I handle this, you know. So just sending you a lot of love, my loyal licks. I just want you to know I feel you when you ask a question as honest as this. So just sending you a lot of blessings. See if you can put it at the back and become your most wonderful self. Okay, use this event in your life to make your relationship better with the man you love, rather than burdening him with the truth. Okay? All of you who are interested in my CC course, please call up Gunjan on 78239888142 and she will send you a video and you can watch the whole what you will get. And then if you want to join, you're more than welcome to, because it's happening for the last time. Uma Basu. But your student became a parenting coach, Riddhu Diore. Riddhi was already a parenting coach when she became my student. She's simply fabulous. For those of you who want to learn parenting, especially of children under the age group of, I think, 12 or 13, the under teenage years, she's just simply marvelous. So I have a lot of different kinds of students under me. I have people who handle domestic abuse. I have women who handle divorce. I have women who handle cheating. I have women who handle... So while I love helping, teaching, explaining all of my methodologies that easily marry into the different niches of all of my students. Universe loves Ali. Yesterday I saw Sid's session where you shared how to do a consultancy clarity call. It was a super awesome session. Thank you so much for sharing it from your heart. in that session. Thank you, Universe Loves Ali. That is so kind of you. So happy to see you, doing Sid's program. Again, one of the best one of the best teachers on this planet right now is a man called Siddharth Rajshekhar. If you are not following him, I highly recommend you follow him, especially if you want to get into the business of online coaches. So he helps people make a lot of money online. So a very dear friend, my accountability partner every Monday, a beautiful soul. So for those of you who don't know him, Google him, follow him on Insta, follow him more than on Insta, follow him on YouTube. I think his YouTube channel is just mind-blowing rockstar. The movie Kerala Story is a good example to teach our children our value system and our religion. What are your thoughts on it? Honestly speaking, I've not seen the movie. I know what it's about, being brainwashed and then moving on to, so different. I feel like any form of extremism in any religion is dangerous. So any form of extremism in any religion. Okay, so I think all of these movies are a great reminder of the importance of grounding our children and giving them that base to be able to be our friend. I feel like a lot of parenting comes from a place of building fear in our children, and that's why they can't be honest and frank with us. So they have to go explore the world on their own, which makes the wolves of the world more stronger, because instead of the children coming back to the parents, they are going off to the wolves, and wolves are trained to manipulate our children. So if you really want to become a fabulous parent, I think one of the things you have to do is allow your child to disagree with you, but yet have a conversation with you. How to get access to the Time Goddess program? Vivek, Vasanta, just speak to the team. Somebody will guide you on where that bonus sits. I don't know where that bonus sits. Does it sit in GBDE? Does it sit in Awakening? It's a bonus and I don't know where it sits. So somebody from my team will guide you. You are such a rock star at watching bonuses. If it is not accessible to you, please let me know and I will make sure it gets opened up for you, because I've never seen a student more diligent in watching my bonuses as you are. Truth_void is saying how to do feminine and masculine energy activation, please guide. Truth_void, please come for my awakening program if you can, because that's something I love to do at a very deep level. First, understanding what is feminine, what is masculine, the energy. Then understanding what is the wounded feminine in the world right now and what is the wounded masculine. And then understanding the role of the man and the woman in this world for the feminine and the masculine to start to blossom. I think if we can get all of these three, this is a much longer answer. But to begin with, if you really just want to explore it casually, I would highly recommend that the masculine is all about building a side in you which is very robotic. We must have a certain amount of disciplines and routines and rituals and conversions and targets and goals. These all belong to the masculine. And then we must have spontaneity and flow and alignment and intuition and gut and art and beauty in our life. So the more you grow the feminine side of you and the more you grow the masculine, and when you have both in balance, the divine feminine arises from that. So the divine is just basically, if you want to create a baby, it's not two people that come together, it's actually three. The man, the woman and the divine need to come together for the baby to be created. Would you agree? Because otherwise every time we would be with a man, we would be pregnant. But that's not the case, because all three didn't come together, right? The same I feel like with feminine energy and masculine energy, the more you grow each of your energies, and the more they come together, when the more aligned and balanced you get in your feminine and masculine, you will start to see an arising of the feminine divine or of the divine itself if you're a man, then more divine masculine or the divine feminine. And that's the opposite of your wounded feminine and wounded masculine. The wounded feminine, her emotions haven't been understood. She's been labeled words that she isn't. Misjustice, injustice has happened in her life. And because of that, the feminine starts to act like the masculine to protect herself. The same thing happens with the masculine. So when the alpha male has been wounded, it tends to start to soften down all of the things that used to give it strength, and that can cause a lot of jumble. Okay, so each one of us, the job of the man on the planet is to protect and provide and feel needed. The job of the woman is to be happy in providing to the man the fact that when he feels needed, so she needs to give him that feeling of wanting him. And that combination, when it comes, that's when the actual blossoming of the feminine and the masculine happens. I don't know how many of you understood what all I'm saying, but it's a deeper conversation. And in Awakening, I'll go the whole routine that you need to have to grow your feminine, the whole routine that you need to have to grow your masculine. How much your feminine and masculine are in balance is something I checked through a quiz. So a lot of magic happens there. So in case you understood everything I said, that's great. If you didn't understand, don't worry too much. When you come for Awakening, I will go into the step-by-step details of what I'm speaking. Okay? All right. Looks like we've come to the end. It's 5 o'clock. Let me very quickly announce who the winners of the book are. And then we can take a quick picture for those of you who would like to continue to share. So this week's winner of Unlocking the Golden Cage, my book, is Wonder Parenting and Richa Bhagat _. So Wonder Parent and Richa Bhagat _. Massive congratulations, sweethearts. We will be in touch with you. Book of the week I haven't brought this week for the simple reason that I have had a week where I wasn't reading anything, or I'm continuing to read what I was reading. So unfortunately, no book of the week this week. However, if I'm able to find something at some point in this week before next Wednesday, I'll definitely share it. Okay. Very quickly, let's pose for the photo. For those of you who'd like to share the takeaways. Thank you. Love you, my sweethearts. Thank you for coming. God bless. Bye. Ciao. Sorry if I can't answer all your questions. It's never possible with so many of you. So my apologies. It's not that I don't want to answer your questions. It's just that time is up. And you know, time always is more up than the questions that I can answer. So 1,000 kisses on that. Bye.